lovely Libras. Welcome to your new August weekly reading. This is the Guiding Chariot. This is going to be a timeless general reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So hopefully you've seen the Timeless Tuesday reading. You know I'm in a different place. I'm visiting some friends on the Big Island. So going to be a different setup this week. So enjoy the ride. Some house rules before we get started. Which is funny saying now that I realize I'm in someone else's house. But house rules, this is a timeless reading, so no matter when you find it, do not worry about the timing. So just because it was posted in August and you find the video in September, December, whenever, the message will come to you when it's meant to. My only ask is that since it's general, do not try to force any of the messages. Take it as it resonates. If a card or a certain message comes through, doesn't fit your circumstance, doesn't make sense to what you're going through, that message just wasn't meant for you, leave it on the table and take the rest. All right, my loves. We are going to open up with some oracle cards, and then we are going to dive into the tarot. Let's see what messages we have for Libra. And remember, this is general, so you may resonate with all the oracle cards. It may just be one. Got a little dancer. We shall see. I'm interested to see what your reading is, Libra. The last few I did were very surprising, like went in a completely different route than I was expecting. So far there's been a lot of healing, a lot of redirecting for a lot of the signs. So we'll see if that continues with you. Oh, okay. Well, is that 3? That's 3. We'll take the 3. All right, my loves. Let's see, what do we have here? All right. So first card that came out, cleaning house. So good time to be resetting. Some of you may actually be in need or wanting to or may benefit from just kind of doing some spring cleaning, maybe even some reorganizing, dusting off the shelves, getting some nice new juju and some fresh energy, get the chi flowing. It might be beneficial for you just to kind of go through the house, tidy up, make things nice and fresh again, just to be surrounded in new positive energy. I'm not trying to call out your housekeeping skills, but it's just freshening up. And again, it just helps to put you in that good space. It's very Marie Kondo. Is that her name? I don't know. Something like that. You also have dry desert. So this is kind of an interesting feeling. And I think this has to do with literally your surroundings. So it's interesting, we talk about cleaning house, then we have dry desert. So you may feel like this woman, you may feel like you're kind of walking in a space that is empty, is lacking, growth, is lacking opportunity, is lacking maybe even any type of life, diversity, anything like that. So it may feel you're kind of in this kind of wasteland moment, which again, perfect reason why we want to clear out the old, because it's like cleaning house doesn't feel like we're trying to get rid of any low vibration or negative energies or breaking cords. For some of you that may be happening. I don't get that off this card. It just feels like a freshening up, tidying everything up, shaking loose the cobwebs, and having this dry desert, having this space where I wish there was more, I wish there was different. What I'm looking for I can't find, right? Almost like when you're lost in a desert and all you want is water and there's none to be found. This card gives me that type of energy, which doesn't sound very comfortable, doesn't sound very nice, but I think it's a beautiful catalyst to spurring some new intentions for you here with the wishing well. So casting up a new wish, we're setting some new intentions, we're planting some new seeds. I think this is necessary to help you find this next level, this next step, this next adventure. Whatever that wish may be, whether it's work, whether it's growth, whether it's love, could be all of the above, could be anything. But it feels like you need a little bit of just a refresh with this cleaning house. Right. Let's do one more and then we'll get into your messages. I do wonder if things have felt... We'll keep them. I was going to put them back. We'll keep them. Oh, we had a flipper. Interesting. So we have the Four of Wands in reverse, which is funny because I normally try to keep my decks upright, so when I get a reversal, it's a little more significant. Actually, I'm going to take both of them. Bottom of the deck was the Four of Wands in reverse. You also had the Lovers in reverse. I'm not going to take them out. I'm leaving them in the deck. I'm also going to write them up. But I find that interesting. So there may be, talking about cleaning the house, there may be some relationship things for some of you that maybe feel out of whack with the Lovers coming up in reverse. Could be dealing with the Gemini Libra. Doesn't have to be, but could be. To me, the Four of Wands in reverse is a little more upsetting. And again, it's going straight back to these two. Because the Four of Wands usually speaks to our foundations, right? What we're grateful for, what's wonderful. And having it in reverse, it feels like some of these foundations may feel a little shaky. Whatever they are. It doesn't have to be, I know the Lover's card was kind of lumped in with that explanation. It doesn't have to be in your relationship. Could just literally be your home environment. Things could just be rough and exhausting, and it doesn't feel like home. And that's, that's not a statement you want to say, that my home doesn't feel like home, or it doesn't feel like I can come and be at ease there. So again, there's another need for a shift and a rebalancing. So we've got Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So again, mimicking that whole message of feeling unstable, right? Because normally, as I throw the card on the ground, normally Queen of Pentacles is very stable, grounded, well manifested. In reverse, totally not the case. We also have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This is actually a great card to have in reverse. Ten of Swords can be really painful on this side, right? Because we're going through the lesson. We felt betrayed. We feel crushed. We feel utterly defeated. In the reverse, these swords are falling out. So we're moving past the hurt and the pain and actually learning the lesson and moving on and finding our way forward. So that is beautiful. And then we have the Ace of Cups and Wheel of Fortune upright. Love this. This is totally this wishing well energy. Bringing in the new and doing it in a way, or bringing in things that help us feel nourished, help us feel loved and accepted and appreciated. This could even also just be self-love with this Ace of Cups, right? So doing this for you, right? This may be so burdensome, and I'm just thinking of some of the Libras in my life and what they've been going through. This Ten of Swords literally can be an output. You putting so much energy outward to other people, whether it's appreciated or not. Like, that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but now is a moment where we kind of are thinking about ourselves, Libra. We're kind of like, what do I need? What do I want? Because there is a need to kind of do not only more, but also do different. Like, it literally feels like you may look around and just be like wondering what's next. Why is this here? Why is this all that's here? Maybe that might actually be more accurate. Oh, I see that card. I see it. Justice, baby. Here you are in your reading. Love, love, love this. And High Priestess. So, with the Justice card coming out, not only is it your energy, so it's always lovely when you show up in your own reading, but Justice craves balance, right? It's the natural order. It's the natural law. Everything being in harmony. What you give out, you get back. I would argue with this coming out with the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, what you've been giving out has not been returned. Not saying you haven't gotten anything back, but it's like if you put out, 200%, you got maybe 75% back. Not exactly the balance we want. Like, we want it to be 100-100, right? Because in any relationship, regardless if it's you and someone else or completely other people, and whether it's platonic or romantic or family, whatever, if the flow's not balanced, eventually one of you gets depleted. One of you ends up with an empty cup. And then what kind of life is that? No one needs to be an empty cup. It's not. One, doesn't feel good. It's also not necessary. There's no reason for anyone to have an empty cup. There is more than enough love to go around in this world. But right now, Libra, there is a crave for balance, right? And then you also have the High Priestess here. So intuition, feeling in tune, right? Listening to your higher self, listening to yourself and what you need for your growth. It might even be a bit of a spiritual evolution that's coming to you now. Okay. Maybe it's a spiritual evolution. That card literally came up to bat me in the face. Six of Swords, love. So again, better times ahead. We're moving forward. For some of you, this may be travel, right? With the Six of Swords, that's usually a thing that happens there. We also have the Five of Swords, so this combative energy also. And the Eight of Pentacles. So, Six of Swords, great to know that we're moving on, that we're moving forward. Things will be changing. We have a 5, which is the number of change, but Five of Swords is that combative energy. It's it's you or me, right? And usually this card is a little more on the negative side. Like this is, if I need to win at whatever cost, if that means I have to throw you under the bus, if that means I have to be shady, if that means I have to destroy you to get to the top, I'm going to do it. Sadly, with this coming up, I do think you're on the other side of that particular argument. And that doesn't mean someone is being malicious or nasty to you just for the sake of being nasty. It doesn't feel that way, but it does feel like if it comes down to my comfort or your comfort, I'm going to be the one that's comfortable. Which means, Libra, you need to pick up all the slack I'm not picking up, or you need to do all the things that I don't want to do, or you need to sacrifice your time to do this so I can use my time to do whatever I want, and you have to take care of the things that need to be taken care of. That is a rough split. Like, this is not a comfortable energy to be in, Leo. Oh, I'm so sorry. I might be dealing with the Leo. But Libra, that is not a comfortable energy. And for those of you who resonate that and that sounds like what's going on, you know that's not a comfortable energy. And eventually that doesn't feel not only fair, right? Because we have the Justice card, but it doesn't feel healthy. And then you have guidance here coming through with the Eight of Pentacles, that this is about you doing your own stuff. You got to do your own thing. And you know, your thing may be the caregiver. Your thing may be the one who does all these things for other people. And that's fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. But one thing that you need to be aware of is that you can't only do for other people. You also have time to take care of yourself. You also have to have moments to refill your own cup. Because it does feel like, even if this is not as rough and not as, selfish as this energy sounds for your particular situation, you're still on output more than you're getting input, right? So there is a balance that still needs to be struck. So even if what's going on is completely fair and you're taking care of someone, or you're handling certain tasks, and your partner or could even be a business partner, like you've assigned yourself certain tasks and it's been working fine, that's okay. The bottom line, no matter how this relates to your story, is that you are putting out much more than you are getting back. And this is a time where we need to re-evaluate. So for those of you that really connected to the desert, it may be because what you're putting your energy into isn't really rewarding to you, or isn't something that fully connects to you, right? So you're just kind of emptying out, but it doesn't fuel you, it doesn't give you anything. For others of you, you may be in a situation where you're putting out care or time or dedication to something, and the person who's receiving that isn't giving it back to you for whatever reason. It doesn't have to be as shady and malicious as it first sounds, but the need for balance is still there. That has to happen. I would argue that with the wishing well, no matter which situation, but especially the first one, no matter which situation, there is a need for you to kind of reignite some passions and literally just do something for you, literally whatever that is. Like, you just need to have some fun. You just need to start something that's solely you. So this may be a passion project of yours. You may already know what this Eight of Pentacles is. If it's not, this is just about you minding your own business. Like, do your own thing for a little bit. You need some time just to do you, right? And with the cleaning house that's coming up, you may, if you actually do it physically, actually clean house, you may uncover something that was put on the side that you haven't interacted with for a while. And then that Knight of Pentacles, moving on, love this. But you might find something that reawakens that little bit of spark, right? It kind of wakes that fire up. Knight of Pentacles tells me that we are on a journey of moving forward. Now, is it a slow energy? Yes. But it's because it's calculated. This person doesn't enjoy or can't afford to take any risks. Especially if you're in a situation where you are caring for someone, like, you can't be risky with that. Like, you still have responsibilities you need to maintain. There's still certain things you need to do. So this isn't even a bad thing, seeing the Knight of Pentacles coming up. But what it is, it's a sign that we are moving forward, right? We're not staying in the same place. There is a need for a shift. Oh, look at this. Then we have the Four of Swords, needing to rest, recover, needing a place to rest as well with this clean house. But then you also have the Death, which is about ending an old way of life and beginning a new cycle, beginning a new journey. That's that wishing well card. And then you have the King of Pentacles. So we started with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and now we have the King upright. This is beautiful. Now, yes, this could talk about a divine partnership, right? Because we got the Lovers earlier, that stood out. Here we have a divine counterpart with the King and Queen. The Queen coming up in reverse, I think, is very indicative of more so your energy and the need for grounding and the need to kind of stabilize and find abundance and find that safe space for you. This could be talking about your partner, this King of Pentacles. Honestly, I feel it more as evolution, like you going from this kind of distressed queen and working through all of this and finding time to nurture yourself and finding time for you to grow and evolving yourself into the king, right? Evolving yourself into a much more grounded, much more stable, much more controlled, not even person, but this is just the energy you give off, right? So here, like, she's still a queen, right? And you're still very powerful as you are, but it's the imbalance that's making her not feel as grounded, not make her as cool and confident and collected as she normally would be. And this is really about a level up for you. And again, this isn't a huge, like, life-changing situation. It's really just about taking time to care for yourself and to give some of that love that you give to everyone else. Because that's, to me, I feel like that's very apparent that your output is very, very high. But it is time to take some of that and turn it and give it back to yourself. Because you need it and you also deserve it. Like, everyone's heard the phrase that you can't care for anyone until you care for yourself. You can't love anyone until you love yourself. The reason why that phrase is everywhere is because it's so true. And right now you're doing a little bit too much of this. I take that back. It's not that you're doing too much, but you're giving out much more than you're receiving. So you kind of need to take a moment and give yourself a little bit, only to refill your own cup so you can continue to do the things that you're enjoying or need to do now that require the output. All right? But I will say, if you are feeling just kind of lost and feeling like, I don't know, like, I don't know what it would be that I'd want to wish about. I don't know what it would be that I need to do. If it just feels like everything else or all these external things feel a little too all-consuming, I'm telling you, find a nice, open, clear space that's full of some good energy. You could even use crystals if you wanted, selenite, quartz, any black stones that are clearing, just to get rid of anything. I definitely could use citrine, or would recommend citrine, because it just helps revive and bring a much more positive, happier energy in there. Aventurine would be great as well with this wishing well. Also anything that's really kind of soothing and calming for some of you if this is feeling kind of stressful. Amazonite, almost anything that's blue. Aquamarine would be a great one also. Things to think about. Just kind of creating a safer, fresher space and getting some new juju in, getting some new chi flowing. I think would help you if you are feeling a little kind of pulled in all these directions and feeling a little burnt out and feeling like we're using those last few percentages of our battery. It's time to recharge, my lovely, lovely Libras. I'm going to wrap it up here. I think you have a beautiful week ahead if you can take some time for yourself and just kind of do a little bit of that. Even a little breathing exercise for you. Just sit and take 5 slow breaths just to, like, calm your system down would be amazing for you. Amazing, right? And you're ruled by air, so what better way for you than to channel your breath, right? But as always, I love you guys. Thank you for all your love and support. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a comment down below, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Join us every week. We come together and talk all wonderful things and divine guidance and all fun stuff. I'd love to see you back. Until next time, I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe out there. and I will see you in your next video. Bye, Libra.